I'm Andrew Sebastian. Currently, I'm the president and founder of Ecotourism and Conservation Society in Malaysia, ECOMY. We're the only NGO in the country that's promoting ecotourism to conservation of sites, training local and nature guides and naturalists. And on my spare time, I'm also a licensed professional bird and wildlife guide. I take people on wildlife and bird watching tours in our country and around. And I've been doing this for over 24 years now. So I've been a professional bird watching guide for 15 years now. For 15 years, I've been doing professional tours in our country. But I always liked and got involved with birds for almost all my life. I enjoyed watching them when I was young. So growing up, I was always already interested in some of the topics in terms of outdoor and nature. So for bird watching, you will generally need good binoculars, because some birds are small and some birds are although bigger. When you use the binoculars, you get to see a lot more details in terms of color, shape, and feather arrangements and so on. Yeah? So a good binoculars is important to have. Also these days, a good camera also comes in very handy, because you get to video or get to take a photograph of some interesting, mysterious birds that you've not seen. So it's good to have a camera handy. To also take videos or photographs of other things that you find along the way as you bird watch. Also, it's good to have a notebook to take notes about things you see and where you saw them, and even draw a sketch of the sites and so on. And of course, all bird watchers, when they go out, they have a backpack, and in that there's also mosquito repellent, there's also raincoat, bottles of water, of course, and so on. That's generally what you need when you are bird watching. I'm currently authoring a brochure for Tourism Malaysia. It's called Malaysia Birding Paradise. So in that, there'll be the latest count of birds, and especially sites on where to go and see them. So for right now, if you stand, Malaysia has 873 species of birds, and out of 873 species, 91 are endemics, which means they're only found in our country or in the immediate region. Yeah, so people come around the world to see these special birds because it's found nowhere else in the world. For me, there are a lot of bird sites that I go personally, but some of the famous ones, especially starting in Peninsular Malaysia, Kuala Selangor. Kuala Selangor has beautiful mangrove forests where you can get to see mangrove types of birds. And after Kuala Selangor is Fraser's Hill. Fraser's Hill, you get to see highland birds. So different bird species occupy different areas or habitats. Birds that you find in Kuala Selangor, you will not find up in the highlands, most of them. After that, usually the next spot would be Taman Negara. Taman Negara has a lot of wonderful lowland birds, very colorful. Some are big, some are small, but a lot of hornbills too. Yeah? So apart from that, in Peninsular Malaysia, the popular sites would be like Royal Belum State Park and even Bukit Tinggi, just up to the Different Highlands. And Langkawi Island is even more special because it has 3 species of hornbills, and it has quite a few birds that's not found in mainland of Peninsular Malaysia. Over in Sabah and Sarawak, of course, there's a lot of beautiful places in Sarawak. Pakoh National Park, Mia, and in Sabah, of course, Danau Valley is very special. Gunung Kinabalu, in Sandakan, there's a Rainforest Discovery Center. There's also Tabin Wildlife Reserve. We have a lot of beautiful sites that offer different views and different specialties in terms of what you see when you visit. And they are all very beautiful and edible to see them. The favorite spot has to be something closest to us, yeah. So I have 2 favorite spots. The first one, of course, is Taman Negara because it's huge. Taman Negara is large. There's 3 or 4 entries in Taman Negara, and you see a lot of special things, including wildlife, when you go. So I would love to go to Taman Negara anytime. But my other regional favorite is Sulawesi in Indonesia. I do tours there too, and that has a lot more special birds and endemics as well. I have 2 special places. In fact, there's a lot of special places, but if you give me a choice to go right now, I'll either go Taman Negara or Sulawesi. Well, I think very iconic is our hornbills, burung enggang. So Malaysia is also quite known for its hornbills. Yeah. So I think hornbills would be one of my favorite family of birds because they are large and sometimes they're very vocal. When you hear them, you look around to see them, and sometimes without binoculars also you get to see them. So I think hornbills are very unique. Some of the large hornbills are monogamous. So when you see them, these birds are very special because they mate for life. They do not change partners. So these birds are very, very interesting, very unique, and they are very characteristic of what our rainforest is. So hornbills will probably be one of my favorite family of birds to see. For bird watching and even wildlife watching, I think the state and health of the environment is very, very important. So for now, our country, although it has a lot of forests, but it's only 55% of forest left. So we have not been doing a good job in protecting a lot of our forests. So we need to do better. We need to protect the habitat because without the habitat, there'll be no wildlife, no plants, and so on. So we need to protect it and promote it as ecotourism destination. So the health of the environment is very, very important. We have to protect it all. Well, this is hornbill season right now. Although we are all locked down, this is a time where thousands of plain pouch hornbills fly from northern Thailand into Royal Ballon State Park. So ECOMY used to do every year as our annual event is the International Hornbill Expedition. That's supposed to be middle of September. We hope if people are allowed to travel, we will be organizing the Hornbill Expedition in Royal Ballon next month. So please look up at our website, ecomy.org, for news about our event. Together with Tourism Malaysia, we created a website, birdsmalaysia.my. It's a website that has all the information that you need about how many species of birds, where they are found, and even local guides and contacts for tour operators. Go to that website and it is a good reference point for you to begin your adventure. I think people reading this should understand that our country, Malaysia, we have so much of biodiversity. We are one of the 12 mega diverse countries in the world. So which means we hold a lot of beautiful natural assets in our country. We have the oldest rainforest in the world, even older than the Congo and Amazon. That's in Royal Ballon State Park. We are one of the 2 countries in the world that has 2 types of elephants, the Bornean pygmy elephant and the Asian elephant. Yeah, we have beautiful world-class diving and snorkeling destinations. We have beautiful rainforest that's primary and home to some of the most number of primates in the world. Langkawi Island alone has the highest number of butterflies in the world. We have so much of assets. Everything there is beautiful. Everything in our forest is wonderful. In our islands are amazing. So I think readers should all make plans to learn more about the natural assets we have, appreciate it, and most important, get out there and enjoy it because this is your natural heritage.